What it do, y'all? What's up? What's up? Mind Games Uncut Pop Up Live. We here at D Maze. We in the building, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all see the title. Grok AI allegedly um analyzed the Bible as a code or whatever. I'm gonna play this short thing, then I'm gonna kind of break stuff down, because we don't really talk about religion on here, but we do talk about technology on Mind Games Uncut podcast. So hope everybody's doing well. It is 11:27 a.m. in the ATL. Hope everybody's doing well. I know I just said that, but let's get right into it, y'all. Here we go.
Grok 4. Grok 4. Grok 4. Grok 4. This is the latest artificial intelligence system. We are now at the crossroads.
What's up, Kathy
where
B?
promise and peril are going to collide. Elon Musk's AI was instructed to analyze the Bible as code, and it immediately detected patterns that should not exist in ancient writing. It found memory structures identical to real eyewitness reports. It found trauma sequences that match modern neuroscience and growth patterns used in biological systems. When the team tied all these findings together, they reached a shocking conclusion.
Appreciate it.
The human memory patterns. The investigation began when researchers programmed Grok to analyze the Bible purely as data structure. The team instructed it to ignore beliefs, religious teachings, and emotional reactions that humans usually attach to the Bible. They told it to analyze the structure of the text the same way it examines source code. Grok scanned the 4 Gospels with pattern detection tools that are normally used to find logic errors in software. The team expected Grok to list mistakes. They expected broken patterns and structural weakness. Instead, Grok returned a shocking result. It said the structure of the Gospels matches the way the human brain records events. The team asked Grok to explain what it meant. Grok showed a breakdown of the narrative flow and pattern density. The system compared these patterns to massive data sets of witness statements, police reports, military debriefings, and trauma logs. These data sets taught Grok how real memory behaves. Human memory does not produce identical reports. Real witnesses always disagree on small details because the brain records events in fragments. Grok said the Gospels follow this same structure. Grok explained that human memory is episodic. Episodic memory means the brain saves experiences in pieces. These pieces include images, emotions, fears, sounds, and reactions. When a person retells an event, the brain rebuilds these pieces into a story. This process creates natural differences between witnesses. 2 people can watch the same event and remember different details. This is not a flaw. It is how the brain works. Grok said the differences in the Gospels show this same pattern. The team saw this clearly when Grok examined the resurrection accounts in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Each writer lists different women at the tomb. Matthew names Mary Magdalene and the other Mary. Mark names Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Salome. Luke adds Joanna and other unnamed women. John mentions only Mary Magdalene. Each account also records different reactions. Some describe fear, others describe shock, and John focuses on Mary's private encounter at the tomb. Grok said these differences match real eyewitness behavior, not fabricated narrative. Critics have used these differences for years to claim the entire story is false. Some have built careers on it. Richard Dawkins, the world's most aggressive critic of religion, pointed to these same passages and said they contain contradictions and cannot be trusted as history. Social media users have repeated his claims for years, with some calling the Bible a funny book made to put fools to sleep. And yet, Grok's conclusion hit the room hard. It said the structure matches real human cognition. It said the writers recorded events the same way the brain naturally processes experience. Nothing looked staged. Nothing looked scripted. If the accounts were invented, why would they follow the exact pattern of real memory? That question stopped the team. But the real threat surfaced moments later. The deeper scan showed narrative patterns that match how the human brain records trauma. The investigation turned darker immediately. Trauma encoding. The
Well,
XAI team.
yeah, y'all thoughts on that? I just played it all the way out. Nothing is, well, they're saying so many words that the Bible, it was some truth to the Bible. My thing is this, y'all, about the Bible. We all pretty much, especially black, and especially you from the South, you were raised in the church, most of the Baptist church, you know, some Methodist church, African and AME, and all that. My thing is this, man. If the Bible makes you a better person, I'm cool with that. Just like the Torah, like the Quran or the Torah, and um, you got so many different Bibles. Because let me read some of the comments. Because some people made some good points. I don't read all of them because some people said, somebody said, "Oh, we even shocked." Somebody said, "This is what Grok said about this video." It's crazy. The only good thing about AI is that it's eventually going to tell us how we've been lied to our whole entire lives. Wow, that's deep. Think about it. I think God is beyond his own creation, a human, and also beyond anything that it can create. So when I see that AI decoded God's word, I find it inaccurate. Maybe in some analytical way it will find some similarities, but the Bible is more like a tip from a parent than an essay to be analyzed with a computer. So the way of interpretation may change the meaning of the content. In short, God doesn't need AI to reach you. He needs your willingness. I guess that's a pretty decent point. You know what I'm saying? Um, Let me see. My dad wrote a book 30 years ago and found a mathematical pattern in the Bible and its original languages. And I don't know who this is. Let me see. Where is the book? Exactly. There's about 100 copies of them in Switzerland. I am trying to get a hold of it from my sister once she finds it so I can translate it in English. Been looking for it for the last few months. Somebody said I'm Swiss. What's the name of it, or what's your father? Grok, who's Grok? Mirror machine invented by man. So the thing is, y'all, do you trust a machine that's invented by man? That's a good point. Now, AI, don't get it twisted. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all see my thumbnail? That was created by AI. I really didn't have to tell it anything. So AI got some great points. Pros and cons to everything, right? Somebody said Zach or somebody. Hold on. Somebody said which Bible was it? I have done. They done with. Hold on. Somebody said which Bible was it? Have they done with other books too? I don't know. They probably wrote that wrong. Exactly. Compare it to the Bible, and you will see Allah is not the God of the Torah. And what that Tanakh in the New Testament. I don't know who the hell that is. They don't change so much stuff in the Bible, y'all. I just I'm like, oh well. That's why a lot of people don't like talk about religion and stuff like that. Somebody says false rumors. The last time I spoke to Grok, it said it hasn't done anything of that sort. And some people say this is false information. Grok is the most weak AI model among all the AI models. Now, don't let Elon Musk break the difference. He said Grok is the monster of all AI. Because you got a lot of AI out there. When the interpretation of self-serving theologians that dwell on fear-based controls gets debunked as what the Bible said, truth will set us free. Yeah, I dig that. Wow, give me more info about this. I want to know more, mostly about the prophecies and cataclysms. Yeah, I don't believe it. Which Bible? Of it's the Old Testament, the one used by the Jews. Maybe it's real, but if it's the one made by the Romans, it's not true. See what I'm saying, y'all? We all over the place when it comes to religion and the Bible, and it's just so much. And I think that's why a lot of people are walking away from it, man. Like I said in one of my other videos, AI is the new God. People, listen, man, people are using these avatars. They using all this stuff now because it's convenient. They doing look, people using Chat GPT to take tests and stuff like that. Hell, people can't really write anymore, or spell words using punctuations and stuff like that anymore because they rely on AI. AI is the new God. Nobody don't want to accept this. You got schools. Listen, it's a guy I know. He was going for computer science, I believe. Young brother, probably 23. I asked him a couple of weeks ago. I said, "Man, how's it going to school? He's going to Georgia State University, right?" He said, "Look," he said, "Mr. D, like, look, check this out, man." He said, "My professor told me pretty much you need to drop out this class because this is a dying field because AI is taking over." Guess what he doing now? He's going. He just got his certification of being a master electrician, and he got a job. I'm just saying, but what say you y'all about this whole thing about AI decoding the Bible? You know what I'm saying? Put your comments, put your opinion in the comments and like, share, subscribe, and I'll be back a little later, y'all. We cooking today. Peace.